couple things today. Looks like Mrs. Scozzafava is not going to seek re-election.
Who says that?
Well, it's headlined across the Watertown Daily Times.
Oh, my goodness.
Your buddy Jude must have got the story before you.
Well, he's a professional licensed journalist. He should be getting it before me.
Right. I think it's smart on her part.
So I think she could have won that race. But obviously, I had wondered about that, whether Ken Blankenbush would really get in if he thought he was going to have to face a primary. So that must have been a quiet behind-the-scenes deal, that type of thing. So it looks like Ken Blankenbush will be your next assemblyman.
I'm wondering who the Democrats are going to put up.
They aren't.
Don't think so?
Nah, they don't have anybody.
They don't have anybody on the bench?
I don't think so. So, congratulations to Ken. He'll be the next member of Assembly from the 122nd, at least according. Let me just find Jude's deal here. We of course, bow down to Jude once in a while. And Notre Dame graduate, can I say that?
Yeah.
Nice guy.
I gave you the prediction 2 months ago. Anyways, I wanted to talk about your Breen Avenue conversation that you just had with the gentleman there.
Sure.
Called in. I read your blog, I think it was a month ago or so, about, getting the lower bid and the low balling that was going on with contractors right now because of the way things are. But I want you to remember, you get what you pay for, So, by going with the lowest price that comes in, you got to be careful with when you do that.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. I'm getting back to the Scozzafava thing. Do you think with her out of the way, some of these other people, like that Lucas guy in Lewis County, that they'll reconsider and get in? I know a lot of them didn't want to face off against her. I really think she probably would have been a continued strong candidate in a primary. But now that, according to Jude Seymour at the Watertown Daily Times, she's getting out. Now, remember when she had the famous breakfast meeting with June O'Neill and Steve Israel?
Yep.
On the morning that she dropped out of the race 3 days before the election last year and endorsed Bill Owens. Although you're not allowed to say it because it's technically not legal, I'm sure there was a frank discussion and an understanding and an appreciation of the tremendous talent she could bring to a Cuomo administration.
You mean the way things are? Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
The way things are.
Yeah, that would not surprise me if you saw her crop up in that context.
Yeah, I hope Mr. Blankenbush does well. I don't know, but I still think the Democrats are going to put somebody up. So, and I thought the Democrats were going to do it anyways, regardless of whether Mrs. Scozzafava.
No, they would never have opposed her. Never.
You don't think so?
No, never.
Yeah, I've disagreed with you on a lot of things. You don't think when the blood's in the water, they're not going to.
No, because it's not that winnable a seat for them. It's a very tough seat. There is no population center. There's no center of gravity political in the 122nd. It stretches from down near Sandy Creek and through Lewis County and Jefferson and St. Lawrence, Carthage, up to, Norfolk and those places. There's nothing really that speaks of a sense of oneness among all the people. That's why I think Scozzafava...
At one point in time, I had heard that Mr. Berto was interested in that seat at one time, too.
Which Berto? There's 2 or 3 of them. There's tons of Bertos.
Scott Berto.
Yeah. Mayor of West Carthage. Nice young man.
Yep. I heard that. That was through the rumor mill, but...
Well, he may still be interested. I mean, we could still have a... I don't know. I would...
I think he does a good job in West Carthage. I think he... Really?
West Carthage, home of the Wicked Wench, yes.
Yeah.
I would say he does a great job. Well, that's interesting. I'm glad you pointed that out, and I'm sorry I missed it.
Oh, no, it just came up. It just came across the screen.
Yeah.
Just have a good day.
I should have. Okay, thank you. Oh, goodness gracious, what am I going to do now? Well, I'll have to get back after the show. I'll update it, put something on my blog. But, so Dee Dee's out, huh? Well, that's interesting. In fact, I was just talking to her husband this morning. Can you believe that? And he knew that all along. Just talking to him. And he continues to insist right up to, I don't know anything. I just home doing domestic chores and all of that. So, it's probably not a bad move. They have a nice picture of her on Newzjunky, or on the Times website. Man, there were a couple of those photos. Remember that press conference? Brutal. because she was kind of tired and had those rings under her eyes. And, I mean, just that pink suit and everything. So, yeah, that whole thing last year. So I'm sure she regrets getting involved in. Well, maybe she doesn't. She'll get some notoriety. Maybe she can write a book about it. Good afternoon, hotline.
Back to the trash guy, the trash collecting. Doesn't the city turn a profit on that?
Well, when you count in all the recycling and all of that, I don't know if it's a profit or loss and so on. I think his point is that in terms of if there's a service offered in the private sector that's profitable, then maybe government shouldn't be in that. I think that's what he's trying to say. Whether or not we should get out of it, that it's a complicated issue.
Yeah, I would hate to see it stop collecting and you lose money because you're not turning a profit anymore. I mean, basically, you're running a business too, so. Yeah.
No, I understand that.
Okay,
Good
I
point.
just wanted to put my 2 cents in on that one, so.
All right, thank you very much. AM 1240 WATN. I just got a text from Ted Ford, the political world of buzz, over the announcement by Dede Scozzafava that she will not seek re-election to the 122nd Assembly District. Of course, the question is, will the Democrats come up with someone to run? It's going to be tough. There is a gentleman with the last name of Morrill up in the DeKalb area, a fairly famous family up there politically that I've heard his name mentioned, but it's going to be tough. And whether or not the departure of Scozzafava leads other Republicans who had been interested, like County Legislator Lucas from he's the guy who owns the Montague Inn. He had talked about running at one time and then decided not to, but with an open seat race, you never know. Or, I have to say, or maybe the deal's been cut to give a free pass or a clear path to Ken Blankenbush. We'll just have to wait and see what all develops in the weeks and months to come. But the political landscape changing a bit before our eyes. My goodness. 755-1240 is the phone number if you'd like to give us a call to be on the show today. No, she used to, I don't know. Maybe she could get back into stockbrokering. She used to do that at one time. My guess is that given her, she's already got a bunch of years in state government. My money says she ends up with like a cabinet post in the Cuomo administration. Mr. Cuomo's election, a virtual certainty at this point, and she obviously walked the plank for the Democrats last year on that congressional race. So, frankly, they owe her if she wants that opportunity. I mean, there's no other way around it. They owe. And or she may just go back into the private sector. You never know. 755-1240, the phone number. Good afternoon, hotline.